We're exploring a lot of different cities right here in Georgia, from Macon, Savannah, Atlanta, Columbus, Pine Mountain, all the good things that we have to offer right here in our own home state. And we're starting with the Okmulgee National Monument right in our own backyard here in Macon. Good morning to you.
Welcome. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Jim, you're the superintendent here. Jim David here, superintendent at the Okmulgee National Monument. And you guys have a great place for families to come and really experience something special here, a little piece of history.
Very much so. We are open 7 days a week, and we're free except during the Indian celebration in September. So it's a great place for families to come. We have about 6.5 miles of hiking trail. You can bring your dog and go for a nice walk in the woods with your family. At the visitor center, we have a museum, and we have a orientation film, about 17 minutes, that tells this extremely long, extensive history that we have. And of course, the view from like on top of the Great Temple Mound is spectacular. We can stand on top of that mound, it's 1,000 years old, and look into downtown Macon, and then look down the river into the old fields, and imagine this area being used by people for over 17,000 years.
That's right.
That's
Don't forget
amazing.
about the national parks. And speaking of national parks, you guys are celebrating very special anniversaries, starting with the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Right. Yeah. The Park Service was established in 1916. We already had national parks, but no agency to oversee them. And so we were established in 1916. So this is the 100th anniversary of the National Park Service, and parks all across the country are celebrating that. But here at Okmulgee, we also have some other great anniversaries. This is also the 80th anniversary of Okmulgee National Monument, and then this will be our 25th anniversary of our Indian celebration. And we got some great plans for that for the 25th year. And then, of course, the one anniversary that very few people can celebrate is, just in back of us here, is the Earth Lodge. And we are celebrating the 1,000th anniversary of the Earth Lodge, because when the archaeologists dug that up, they did carbon-14 dating, and they carbon-14 dated that to 1016, so 1,000 years ago.
Lots of history.
Yes, lots of history here and some exciting future as well. Parts of your future coming your way. You guys are becoming a national park, which means big things. The legislation is being pushed through Congress right now.
Right. It has passed the House. It's currently sitting in a committee in the Senate. And so hopefully it'll get through that committee and get to the Senate floor. And I've been told that, there's very good support for this. And so if that bill goes through, we won't become national park, but we'll come close. The bill will enlarge us from our current 702 acres to almost 3,000 acres. And we'll have a name change. We'll become Okmulgee Mounds National Historical Park.
Okay.
So at 3,000 acres, we were too small to become a national park. But then the bill also does call for a study of the land along the Okmulgee River from Hawkinsville to Macon, and see if that might lead to a further expansion. Now, if that study comes back and that expansion takes place several years down the line, then yes, we become around 50,000 acres, and then we could become a national park.
Very
Well,
exciting,
Jim, thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Definitely.
Thank you.
And if you want more information about the Okmulgee Mounds, you can head to our website, 41nbc.com.
If you're interested in sports, people are encouraged to stop by the Georgia Sports Hall of Fame. The Georgia Sports Hall of Fame is the country's largest state sports museum that has over 400 inductees. Visitors can see exhibits and learn a lot.
It's educational, and it just shows you the rich history in sports in Georgia.
The museum offers tours where visitors can see films, tour the museum, and play games in an interactive area. The museum is open Tuesday through Saturday. General admissions is $8 for adults and $3.50 for kids 16 and under.
Also in downtown Macon, it's been a year since the new Tubman Museum opened its doors. Thousands come to the museum each year to learn about African American art, history, and culture. Museum representatives say they're educating visitors and acting as a resource for the community.
We are helping draw, other people into the community and get to know Macon as a jewel of the South, a jewel of Middle Georgia. We're kind of like the anchor for Middle Georgia.
The 49,000 square foot facility is home to several hometown events, including the annual Pan-African Festival and the All That Jazz event.